There are moments in life that challenge not only our own courage, but also the courage of those who stand silently nearby watching. The toughest battles aren't always fought in the skies or on distant war zones. Often, they unfold in the most ordinary places. Quiet corners of the world where no one expects history to be written. One such moment came on an ordinary evening in a small, town diner, where the smell of frying bacon hung in the air, and the soft chatter of families filled the booths. No one in that room could have imagined that before the night was over, they would witness a story that would leave their hearts forever changed. It began when a group of leather-clad bikers swaggered through the door, loud and unruly, with the kind of arrogance that feeds on fear. Their eyes landed on a woman sitting quietly near the window. To them, she looked fragile, seated in a wheelchair, alone. What they didn't realize was that this woman had stared danger in the eye at 30,000 feet, and lived to tell the tale. She wasn't just another customer. Her name was Captain Emily Rhodes, a decorated fighter pilot who had once commanded the skies in an F-16. She had logged hundreds of missions, braved near impossible landings, and survived moments when her life balanced on the razor's edge. But fate had dealt her a cruel blow. One catastrophic failure during a training drill that left her body broken and cost her the use of her legs. The woman who had soared above the clouds now moved through life in a wheelchair. And yet, Emily never shed her pride. Draped across her shoulders was her Air Force jacket, a symbol of sacrifice, resilience, and honor. To anyone with eyes to see, it was a reminder that scars can tell stories of bravery. But the bikers saw none of that. They saw weakness. They circled her like wolves, sneering at her insignia, laughing as they tapped her chair, spitting words sharper than knives. They mocked her service. They mocked her body. They mocked the very sacrifice she had made for people like them. Emily's heart raced. Not from fear of these men, but from the flood of memories their cruelty brought back. She could almost smell the fire of the crash, hear the shouts of the medics, feel the endless nights of therapy, where pain gnawed at her spirit. And worse than their insults was the silence around her. Patrons buried their faces in plates, unwilling to meet her eyes. Strangers who should have spoken up instead shrank into quiet shadows. And then, it happened. The door swung open once more, and the sound of boots striking tile echoed like thunder. 35 men and women in full Air Force uniform stepped inside, shoulders squared, eyes blazing with unshakable resolve. This was no coincidence. Emily had come here to meet her unit. Her family in uniform, the brothers and sisters who had flown beside her, who believed in the code that no one is ever left behind. The atmosphere shifted instantly. The bikers froze. Their laughter withered into silence. In the face of 35 warriors, their bravado drained away, leaving only unease. Not a single punch was thrown, not a single threat was needed. The sheer presence of that unit was enough. One officer stepped forward and rested a firm hand on Emily's shoulder. The message was unspoken but thundered louder than any words could. She is one of us. She is never alone. The entire diner seemed to awaken. Jasks filled the air. Whispers turned into awe. The bikers backed away, their mocking smiles dissolving into shame as they stumbled toward the door. Their arrogance vanished, leaving behind only the hollow sound of retreat. And then the silence broke, not with fear, but with applause. Families rose to their feet, clapping, cheering, some even wiping tears. The waitress behind the counter dabbed her eyes with her apron. Strangers who moments ago had looked away now gazed at Emily with something deeper than pity. With respect. In that instant, Captain Emily Rhodes was more than a woman in a wheelchair. She was living proof that a true hero never falls alone. She showed the world that strength is not measured by whether you can stand tall, but by whether you rise again when life knocks you down. That night, in a diner that no one will ever forget, Emily reclaimed her dignity. And her brothers and sisters in uniform reminded us all that courage is not a solitary fight. When one hero is mocked, an entire family of warriors will rise to defend them. So, my friends, if this story touched your heart even a little, take a moment to act. Hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder of courage. And subscribe to Limitless Truth, where stories of bravery and compassion shine light into the darkest places. And before we end, I want to hear from you. Drop just one word in the comments that captures how this story made you feel. Was it pride? Was it inspiration? Was it hope? I cannot wait to read your voices. Because here at Limitless Truth, your voice matters.